What's up everyone, it's Tyler Shelton. This is Coffee with a Bearded Reviewer. I'm your friendly neighborhood coffee snob. Today folks is going to be a review for the movie that just came out this week, Black Adam, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So, with that out of the way, let's get started with today's video. So Black Adam stars the one and only Dwayne The Rock Johnson, one of the biggest stars around the globe, and with good reason. That this is a very hyped film just by him alone. That just goes to show you of how much went into this movie. More importantly, just kind of like the whole marketing aspect. And so like when you see a movie like this that stars such a big powerhouse like The Rock himself, so like this is a movie that has actually been in excessive work for at least like almost the last 20 years. Because for so long, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, it was like his dream to be Black Adam. And so like he kept on approaching WB and he's going like, please let me make this film, let me make it. And they kept on declining over and over and over and over again until like more of the comic book movies that we've already gotten at this point. So like, the way I see this movie, it feels like it should have belonged in the early 2000s, kind of like in the same time period as like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man movies, and just kind of like the first phase of the MCU, because I think if this movie came out back in those days, it'll be a lot bigger than what it is right now. Because like this is a movie that he tried to get off the ground for so long, and so you're just kind of seeing kind of like a lot of the same tropes within the superhero genre, but without a doubt, I still find this movie to be very entertaining. But to the point that I was making about this movie feeling like it should have belonged in the early 2000s, I actually mean that, because like I am not saying that this is a bad movie by all means, because like I actually found a lot of merit to this movie. I feel like that it did a lot of good things. It had a really great action, and The Rock himself, like, you can't go wrong with the guy. He's very entertaining to watch. And the fact is that he's been playing a character where he's more kind of like a villain in like the first half, but then he kind of became kind of like this anti-hero at the end. So you're seeing this journey of how he just kind of went from like being this fish out of water kind of a character, because the last time that he's used these powers of Shazam more than 5,000 years ago, back in the ancient old times. But now he's in the present day, and now he's like seeing this world where it's got like Superman, Batman, The Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, like a huge range of superheroes, metahumans. So like he's seeing this world in a whole new light, because the life that he once had with his family, very tragic. I'm not gonna go deep into kind of like spoilers or anything, but all I can say is that like there were some moments that I was like, since I'm actually a comic book nerd myself, I already knew some things that was put into this movie. I was like, yeah, this is somehow gonna happen. But aside from Dwayne The Rock Johnson being like the main star of the movie, I can't dismiss the fact that some of the other actors in this movie really nailed it out of the park. I don't know this guy's name, but he plays Hawkman, and I must admit, the guy that played him, I think he was perfectly casted. He's brash, but he's very brave. He's everything that I would envision what Hawkman would be like in a cinematic way like this. And the guy did a great job. The visual effects, most of the time, is really great, but there's several moments where it felt a little bit wonky. But I was actually okay with that. But I think the real highlight of the movie was definitely Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Pierce Brosnan. Oh my gosh. Pierce Brosnan, casted as Dr. Fate, did an incredible job. He just showcased kind of like this new take of a character that is basically the Doctor Strange of DC, but they made it in a way that it didn't feel like that you were watching Doctor Strange. It really felt like that you were watching Dr. Fate. So I loved the dynamic between these three characters. They're kind of like, there's just great charisma between each other. There's great chemistry with each other. So I just really enjoyed just the banter between Hawkman and Black Adam, and also some of the banter between Hawkman and Dr. Fate. And there were some other characters that were kind of like more on the sidelines, but it didn't bother me. There was one character that reminded me a lot of Deadpool, So like, I had no issue with any of the characters because I think overall, I think the characters had good casting choices. The location was very vibrant, but you can definitely feel that it's a third world country, so I enjoyed that part. But this is a overall entertaining movie, kind of a messy one, but I enjoyed it. But aside from kind of like the wonky script, a little bit of the wonky CGI, and just a little bit of kind of like convoluted storytelling, it's not going to dismiss the fact that I actually really enjoyed this film. So I would actually give this movie a good 7.5 out of 10. It's a little bit low than I would give, just given of how like I'm kind of praising this movie. But like I said before, there are some cons into this movie, so like it's a very enjoyable film. Like the entertainment value, a full on 10 out of 10. Just a fun time. Just turn your brain off and you will enjoy this movie. So that was my review for Black Adam. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you have not yet done so, please subscribe to my channel as it really helps me out. Because apparently most of the people that watches these videos, more than 90% of you are not even subscribed. So it'll be absolutely great. I'll be really appreciated if you can subscribe. It just takes you 5 seconds, but please subscribe. It really helps me out. And also press the like button. Don't press the dislike button, that's a bad one. Anyways, keep on drinking coffee, and I will see you guys next time.